Is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I appreciate you taking the time. It is a very tough day for me right now. It is Sunday, and we do not have our birds playing, and we got about 200 days until football is officially back. So it's a tough one, but as I told you, not going anywhere. And I've been talking to you throughout the week. We've been talking about all the coaching searches, all that stuff going down, the reserve future contracts being signed. So if you miss any of those videos, go check them out. But I appreciate you taking the time, tuning in today. We are here. We are live. But if you're watching this later, always feel free to comment down below. But for those of you here with me now, let's rock and roll, baby. I know you've all been asking for this one since the end of the season and into the damn postseason. And well, this last week. And I told you I would get it to you. And we are here, and we're going to break down the 10 ways the Eagles can create cap space. You know, I enjoy doing this for you guys each year. And so this video, anytime you hear someone saying the Eagles, they're done for, one and done, they're screwed, they don't have any money, all the slander we hear out there, just tell them you don't know what you're talking about and happily share this video to them and help them understand how the salary cap actually works, because I've already seen some people giving it a shot trying to do this out here with the content creators. That's great. They've been watching the videos from last year because this past offseason was terrible. Everybody, we're the next Jets. Can't sign it. Well, it's over. We didn't trade for Tyreek Hill. God help us all. So we're here to combat it all, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you the lowdown on all the cap details for right now, the free agents that we have right now that everybody's freaking out about. I'll show you some other things, some players that we do have. Then I will show you the 10 ways to save cap space and how much money that will actually save total and how much that would give us this offseason. And I'll talk about a lot of the other things that go into that. And look, it's going to be a fun ride here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's jump right into this. If you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to let me know. But going to start it off with some cap details. And the other day we talked about this. Jason Kelce was given a bonus, and look, that's great, and hopefully it gives him some incentive to return. But all this is a little bit of Howie magic, baby. Howie doing his thing, and this opened up 2.4 million in cap space. So this show, I was going to make it on Friday, then Saturday. Things just kept getting messed up, and this move happened in between. So wanted to add this into the cap details. Now, looking at over the cap, they have numbers, and look, you're going to see different numbers on their spot and then Spot Track. You're going to have Spot Rack, whatever. You're going to have different numbers, and you're going to see, some of these guys, they will actually, put the dead money into things. They will incorporate other things they need to, and that's fine and dandy. So I always tell you guys, look, this number is going to adjust. I'm going to keep you up to date with what's actually happening when we get real numbers. And at this time, it's always a real gray area because all of these moves had to be made. A lot of prorated monies going into things. So you see here, the NFL salary cap, it went up, and it is at $224 million. Well, $224,800,000. So yeah, let's go. It went up, about $16.6 million there. So that's great news for the Eagles. We had money rolling over, but you've got dead money. You've got all kinds of things that are going into this. And the top 51 contracts, they have a lot of dead money from players that are free agents right now that are costing us. And we can prorate that money. We'll talk about all those things when those moves happen. So you can spread this money out and create even more space. But I'm simplifying these things for you right now just to show you what the Eagles can do. And that would leave us with the cap space of negative 253,000. But you saw with that Kelce savings, 2.4 million, that would leave us a little over $2.1 million with that adjusted cap there. But again, those numbers will fluctuate. You will see people talking about $8 million, this, that, the other thing. And that's fine and dandy. This is the numbers we're going with looking at the top 51 contracts. That's all we're looking at. And again, prorated money, all these things will come into play, and I will keep you up to date with all of it throughout this damn offseason, as always, because these things always get twisted, and try to stay on top of it for you. Doing well. Hope you and the family are doing well. Also, William, appreciate you taking the time. Yo, my man, Scoob, let's go. Appreciate you, dude. Hope you're ready to see that there is hope for the future of the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's all season time, baby. So Howie season, time to roll. And as I told you guys, maybe tomorrow, but probably Tuesday, I'm going to have a show where we're talking about which free agents I would bring back from the Eagles. And I'm going to break it all down. Then there's going to be one about all the free agents out there. Then, of course, we'll be doing the draft, all that great stuff. So just stay patient. March is coming up soon, and that's going to be free agency. So let's get excited here. Click the wrong damn graphic, but you see 2.1 million is where we're about at. So you see why people lose their minds when talking about the free agents. Of course, the train wants to come through. But you see here, we've got a plethora of free agents, and you understand it. You know, the offense, you've got some guys with Dillard. Give me 1 second here. So you see here on offense, you've got Dillard, you've got Jackson, Minshew, Pascal, Sanders, Scott, and Sayamalu. Apologize, had to stop my dog from barking at this train. Apparently, they're about to show down here on Sunday. Please don't. Now, Brett Kern on special teams, probably not coming back, so that's not a big deal there. But you see some pretty important names just on the offensive side of the ball when it comes to depth. In Dillard, Sayamalu is a starter, Miles Sanders. So Zach Pascal, are you bringing these guys back, or are you looking for other free agents that could bring different things to the table, or are you looking in this year's draft? So a lot of excitement to be had, even though there is this huge list here. And you see on the defensive side of the ball, you've got Bradbury, Cox, Edwards, Epps, CJ, Graham, Hargrave, Joseph, Quinn, Sue, and White. So people are losing their minds now. As I said, I'm going to break down all of these guys, and I'm going to talk about which ones I would bring back and which ones I wouldn't. So that show is going to be jam-packed with information, but we'll talk about who is behind these guys. Who can we replace in this draft? All these things we're going to break down because they are important, but some of these guys will be back. The important pieces, the most important, we will definitely be trying our best to get back. So we'll see, but the hope for me is due to the fact that we still have a lot of damn talent on this roster here. So you see this list of players that are 28 and under that are under contract for the Philadelphia Eagles. Got quite a list here. Now, all these guys won't make the team next year necessarily, but there's still a lot of excitement to be had with those names there. And you know, one of the biggest things that will be going into this, and I will, don't worry, break down a show explaining Jalen Hurts. And we talk about this, you know, anywhere from like the 47 to 50 million range is where he should be, man. And I would try to give him 10 years, you know what I mean? But I think, you know, maybe he does 5, whatever is up to him. But I would do as many years as I possibly could. But we're going to create this cap space so that we could give him that contract. And when you give him that contract, we talk about how good Howie is with doing this stuff. We give those big ass signing bonuses, and then you spread out those salary cap hits. So, yeah, Jalen Hurts is going to be making maybe $50 million a year, but where people get misconstrued is they think that that means that's how much you take off of the salary cap. That is not how that works at all. And there's a lot that's going to go into it. And when we get the details on whatever it is, I'll break it down for you. But it's really probably only going to be around like a $15 million cap hit. So we're going to talk about this money we're going to save. And you're going to see not only is it possible to give him that extension, but to sign other people, because I did this last year. And you guys remember the media, the fans, everybody telling me, we don't have money. You don't know what you're talking about. It's like, dude, I'm literally breaking it down for you, doing the math for you, simplifying it for you, showing you that we indeed do. And it was a little bit more than this money, but it's right around the same. You can dance, baby, and we're going to. And we're going to make these moves to create that space. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this 10 ways to save some cap space. And one of the things I want to note before I show you these is there's a lot of guys on the practice squad. There's Herschel roaming around. There's a lot of guys that, you know, they're around the $1 million range that if you let them go, you can create that cap space, but they have to be considered part of the top 51. So a lot of these guys are not on that list. Right now, there are a few that are on that list, like Marquise Blair is one of those guys, but you have to understand that there will be more players added to this roster and things like that will happen where they get pushed down. So, yeah, if you look at things, you will see that these guys are around $1 million to $850,000, but you have to look at it as, does it make sense to cut them if they're not even affecting the salary cap? And if they are they worth, you know, the spot they're in? And a lot of the times, you know, those guys don't really matter to this cap space. So you see a lot of stuff like that, but there are some guys still on their rookie deals for the Eagles, and that's how we're going to start this thing off. And I'm going to show you, and I don't necessarily agree that I want to get rid of these guys. So I'll explain each one. We'll talk about each one of these guys. Yeah, we're going to have to do a lot of moves this offseason, and I definitely cannot wait for that. We'll be breaking all of that down during the free agency, the draft show, all that great stuff. But you see here, I'll start off with the lower end guys. I found the 10 guys that can create cap space, and that is you're going to see. Let's start off with the first graphic. This is the guy that would save you the least amount of money, but we're starting off in the $1 million range. Now, this is also just maybe one of those things that, this is his final year. And look, you're not going to save any money restructuring him or extending him. So you see $0 there. But it is a small cap hit of $1,186,528. He's only 26 years old. He did start to improve near the end of the year. You know what kind of safety he is. You're not expecting him to be a free safety. You're not expecting him to do a lot of things. But maybe you use him in this NFL that's changing, as maybe more of a linebacker piece. I don't necessarily think you have to cut Kayvon Wallace, but if you look down below here, you see the numbers are the same for whether you cut or trade him pre-June 1st or post-June 1st. So each graphic's going to have this, and you'll see the green dots. Those are the 4 ways, whether it's restructure, extend, cut, or trade. And then below cut and trade, you see there are pre-June 1st and post-June 1st categories with cap saved and the dead money. So the white numbers you're seeing there are negative. Anything in green is what's good. So a very small amount of dead money. But if you're looking in a different direction, you bring back CJ Gardner-Johnson, you bring back Epps. I don't know if they bring back both of them, but if that's your thought process, maybe you let Kayvon walk and save yourself that extra $1 million, because I don't think Epps is going to cost you that much, but CJ will definitely cost a pretty penny. So you're going to have to give up a little bit of change for him. All right. Give me 1 second here. I really apologize for that. My dog, I'm left alone with him here today. My beautiful woman doing like a wedding expo or something today. Love her. Proud of her. Hope you're having a good one out there, Chels. But I got the dog alone, so I thought he would be good in here. And clearly that is not the case. So thanks, Herschel. Thanks. But let's keep this train moving. You see how it works now. Now we're going to get into the number 9 person here. And as I said, it's the money's going to go up each time. And at the end here, we're going to take a look as a total here. So don't worry. I know it's a lot of numbers, but tried to make this as simple as I could for you to be able to look at it, understand it, be able to do it yourself. So you see up next, and I would not get rid of Jack Driscoll. But I mean, if you go heavy in the draft to pick up a couple linemen that you really like, planning to replace some of these older guys. Okay, but this dude is a swing tackle. He helps you at guard, tackle. You remember during COVID, he played a little bit of center, so I think that I love this dude and I would keep him around for sure. But we're talking about ways to save money. And you see here, the money is the same again for him. No restructure, no extend. He's in the final year of his rookie contract. So these guys are going to be around the same, a little bit with the dead money that's different, but it's the same savings for the Eagles there. So all dependent on their draft pick status, but you all get that. Now you see here, it's only 1,010,000. But again, if you pick up some guys at that position, you want that extra penny for, say, Amalu, all that money matters. So maybe you make a move like that. But I highly doubt is going to happen. Kayvon Wallace, I don't think really it could, but I think that has much more chance than something like this. And then the same goes for this guy, Shaun Bradley. A hometown kid, loves Shaun Bradley. And, he is somebody that, unfortunately, got hurt at the end of the year, but he was stepping things up. He's a depth piece to play special teams, but we had really good linebackers, and we have Nakobe Dean. But the question is, you have TJ Edwards and Kyzir White as free agents. So for me, I think Shaun Bradley could be given an opportunity to actually step up, and maybe you let, one of those guys walk, bring back TJ Edwards if he would be okay with the, somewhere between the 6, 7, maybe $8 million range. But that's tough. And the only reason I say that is I love Kyzir White, but for me, the Kobe Dean kind of the same mold and going to play that weak side linebacker position. And I think that for me, I'm excited about Nakobe Dean. So it's going to be very interesting to see what we do with the linebackers there. But wanted to mention those guys that are still on their rookie deals. And honestly, I'd keep all three of them. Very small cap hits, and it's going to be intriguing to see what we do at safety and the line with guys getting older. So, not sure I want to lose depth there at such a small cost, and it's such small savings. But if you're looking to save money, those are three ways. Now, Brett Toth, he actually missed all year on the PUP list, and that's unfortunate because this dude, he brings versatility. I was glad he came back. We got rid of LaRaven Clark there. He was plucked off our practice squad. But I think, this dude, he brings a lot of versatility. And I like, he has started some games actually. But this is somebody that if you're looking to save money and you've got other pieces on the practice squad, guys I like, that I think could do the same thing, that bring that versatility, you could definitely let him walk and save yourself $1,035,000. You could extend him, save $4,000 just to have some more depth and save it the smallest amount possible. But I wouldn't be against going ahead and saving that extra $1,031,000 for cutting or trading him rather than just extending him. So I think for me, that's definitely a move you could look out for. But again, when these guys, if they really like them, and this is someone Stoutland seems to like, that's a small price to pay. You see his cap hit there, $1,035,000. So it's not like you have to do it, but in a season like this where you do have to create cap space, and Howie always knows that, man, you're going to see things like this. And when we want to sign guys to longer term deals and do things, we can do that with CJ Gardner-Johnson. We can ensure he retires here. We can go out and get people, by signing these long-term deals. And we talk about those dummy years and just adding in, things that allow small cap hits in those first years. So do not fear, man. Howie has this covered. Now, let's get into this next guy. And we didn't really get to see much of him. I thought it was a very interesting claim when we claimed him after being waived by the 49ers. But Trey Sermon, this is something that's going to be intriguing to watch. He's got 2 years left, this year, next. And I think that this kid, he's got a lot of talent. He's only 24 years old. His cap hit's only $1,102,000. But you can save that $1.1 million, his whole cap hit, by just letting him go. You could maybe find a trade partner there. But this is going to depend. I mean, obviously, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, they're both free agents. So that's going to be very intriguing to watch what the Eagles do there. But I think a lot of people have their eyes on the draft. Obviously, Bijan Robinson's in there. There's a lot of talent. And running backs, they say, are a dime a dozen. But Miles is a really talented back. I love Boston Scott. But Kenny Gainwell, man, that's the dude here now. And you got to see how we build around him. And, maybe Kenny G and Sermon. And you add a young rookie in the middle rounds rather than a first round like a lot of people want. And, maybe that's a three-headed monster you don't want to mess with. So I'm not sure you want to let him go. But that's going to depend, on what you bring in. So you see here, post June 1st, doesn't matter. You'll still save that money. So you go see what you get. And if you get running backs, you bring back Boston Scott or Miles and you don't feel you need them, you let them go and you save yourself that $1.1 million. Now, up next, this is somebody, that you're not going to be cutting. You're not going to be trading. I guess that was just number 5 there, wasn't it? Because I went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like I'm missing one, and that sucks. So, all right, but we'll keep it moving. And look, I'll be honest with you, Jake Elliott is somebody that we do this with every single year, and I mean every year, because this dude, he's a great kicker, and I'm not sure, you want to extend him. You never know with kickers; they can just fall off, and things happen, but. Maybe you want to extend him, but as you see here, you can restructure him. And that right there is something that I think he's always willing to do. So for me, that's a no-brainer move that you could definitely make. And I think that the Eagles know that. And look, I think it's definitely a move we'll look into. You see here, cutting him wouldn't make too much sense unless you were doing it post June 1st. Now, the Eagles are not going to be cutting Jake Elliott unless they find some diamond in the rough. I'll be real with you. I do not see that happening. So, look, you go ahead. You either extend him, give him a couple extra years, or you restructure him. And those are moves, I think, that are definitely possibilities.
Sorry. Just added
myself into this. There's an echo. Sorry, I want to give you this final graphic I got here. Look at me talking to you while I'm working. Hey-o. But the last one was Josiah Scott, and apparently the graphic somehow got taken out. So StreamYard, I have emailed you about that before. Stop doing that to me. I am going to roundhouse kick you in the face. Thank you. I pay money so that you don't do that stuff. Anyway, let's look at Josiah Scott. He would have been a little bit lower on this list, but he's here now. He made it a little late to the party, almost as if it's 3rd and 30. Okay. Anyways, you see here, this young man, you can actually restructure, extend. Dude, this graphic is not right because that's supposed to be 0 and 0, and I know it because you can't restructure or extend him. Anyways, you'd save $1,010,000 because he's still on his damn rookie deal at the age of 24. I must have grabbed the wrong graphic because I did actually almost do the wrong graphic. So, of course, I would pick that one. I'm not going back in, though. I am not doing that and bringing myself on. What I did was added myself into the stream down at the bottom. So there were 2 of me. That's why you saw or you heard an echo there for a second. You would have seen if I didn't have that graphic up, there were 2 of me on this screen. And I just wanted to show you that damn graphic. And of course, it's the wrong one. But you could cut him, save yourself an extra million. I hope I didn't miss out on that when adding everything together. I will. But up next, you will see after Trey Sermon, Jake Elliott, you were the last 2 getting back on this line. We're getting into the top 3 here. Now, this one, certain people feel a certain way. And I like Quez Watkins. I really do. I think that, he's one of, the more talented, faster receivers in this league. But when it comes to route running, catching the ball, he definitely has had his issues. And look, I've been a fan of Quez Watkins, but if you look down below, you can see here, he's got himself quite a cap hit. He's got himself some money you can extend, sure. But go ahead and cut or trade him, and you could save yourself $2.7 million. And for me, that's something I would definitely consider doing there. So we'll see here. For me, that's definitely a possibility. But I think Josiah Scott, Quez Watkins, 2 guys, if you look for depth in this draft, you might not see them back here. But that versatility that Josiah Scott brings, that's a good thing, and that helps his way. But we'll see. I know a lot of people feel a certain way about both those guys for certain plays throughout the season. Now, Lane Johnson is next on this list because, well, he's another one that does this almost every damn year. And we love him for it, putting his damn body on the line to go out there, playing that Super Bowl. Man, I love this son of a bitch. But we're not cutting him. We're not trading him. You can see we could save a little bit of money post June 1st if you were high as hell and wanting to lose the best right tackle, but we're not doing that. But I gave you all the numbers for each of these guys just so you know what's going on. But at the age of 33, maybe you look to restructure it. He's still got like 3 years left, but 3 dummy years on it. So whatever, how he wants to do there, I don't think you have to extend it because it's already got like 6 years on it, but you could restructure it, save the same damn money, but $10.5 million just for doing that. So all those $1 million we talked about, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is quite the barn burner. So let's go. Then you see here, you've got yourself Darius Slay. I don't know why I thought that's who that was, but you've got yourself $13 million as a possibility here. Like, you're kidding me right now? That is a hefty amount of money, and he's only got that 1 year left. So you talk about, that being a little concerning. I think that for me, obviously, I do not want to lose out on Darius Slay next year, especially if you lose out on Bradbury this year. So, that's a tough call there, ladies and gentlemen. But you see here, you could restructure that. If you wanted to do that last year, you could still save 12.2. But someone had asked me about cutting or trading him. And look, you could definitely, I guess, if you wanted to, you could definitely try to maybe, trade him, but I'm not, dude. I know a lot of people have some crazy stuff out there, but that's just one of those things that don't think I can get on board with. I think he's one of the top corners. He definitely had his issues. He got burnt in that, Chiefs game, and that's very unfortunate to see. But look, one play does not make a season, and I saw him shut down Justin Jefferson, which was pretty impressive. Not going to lie to you. So for me, I think that it's a no brainer to go ahead and restructure or well really extend him. Now we talked about all those free agents out there too. All those guys are going to be giving contracts to. Don't worry, man. Gonna get you through all of that. And I think that if people just understood how the salary cap worked, a lot of the time it would probably go much further for them. And I already see it out there. The Eagles don't have any cap space to do it. And it's like, dude, yes, they do. I can't stress it enough. They do. And I'm going to continue to break it down throughout this off season. Whatever you guys need, you hear people going out there going crazy, let me know, because I can't take it myself. I really can't. People are wild out there. They just want to be negative toward the Eagles all the time. But you see right here with Darius Slay, man, you have got 13, just right there in itself. You can almost pay for that extension for Jalen Hurts. And I know if you missed what I said earlier, you're probably like, what are you talking about? But Jalen Hurts, he's going to cost about 50 mil per year. But that does not mean his cap hit is going to be 50 mil per year, because you got to realize, this money gets spread out. We talk about this all the time. You give them a huge signing bonus and everything is fine and dandy. So for me, this Eagles team, they are set up pretty damn pretty here. And again, those guys on those rookie deals, you'll see, look, they can save you some money, but I don't really think I want to get rid of them. And if we take a look at these free agents one last time, we got Hurts, and we've got these free agents to worry about, right? But in my opinion, I really don't think we have to worry in any way, shape, or form, because Howie Roseman is our damn GM. So just going to keep stressing that over and over again, because I don't think people realize how good this dude is at what he does. So let him keep hating, man. We will keep educating. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, on what you feel about, this cap space being saved, who you want to be going after this off season, whatever it may be on your mind. Let me hear it. But let me, while you guys take a look at this, let me mute this for a second. I have two graphics that had also messed up. StreamYard, I'm coming for you. You're getting an email after this. But let me put this on mute. Let me get your questions, comments in here as you take a Lord. All right, let's try this again. And I'm sorry if it's freezing up and doing crazy stuff to you, but wanted to make sure you guys got these graphics here in the right order. And apparently it didn't. I don't know if anyone else is using StreamYard. You probably had the same issues. I've had it for like a month or two now. I have to usually double check, and I thought it did have all of them, but guess when you got a lot of graphics, you miss some. But you son of a but I've got them all in here now. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about the total cap saved after looking at all of those numbers, and then the possible number we could have. I appreciate that, my man. Sorry, I had to get things a little flustered. Oh, I can't believe I just got it. I wish I had two computers. I could just do that stuff real quick, but we're not there yet. But yeah, that money will start right away. But we talk about how it will be spread out. I really only see it being around a $15 million cap hit. So not a big deal. Let's take a look at that money we can save. So all of those things added up now. Let's take a gander. So as I said, I talked about the things I thought, what you could do for these people. We talked about restructures. that for me, Lane Johnson, you do that with him. Extensions, sure, you give Jake Elliott one, and sure, you keep him, or you just restructure him, whatever. But you save more money extending him, so I just threw him in there. But Darius Slay, he saves the most amount of money there, more than all the cuts combined, over half. So pretty wild there. Well, almost. But you see here, look, 15.6 mil with just the extensions, 10.5 in restructures. And then if you were to cut all those people that we talked about, you would have 6.5 just in cuts. So total all of that up, that is $33,755,994. That's just in the money that we talked about there that you would save. So we're not talking about, the total cap. I showed you that number earlier. Now I just added those together, and we're going to show you the total cap number with all of that combined. But, this is a lot of money that you can clear up by just, doing those simple moves. And even if you just restructure and extend those guys, you see right there that you're going to save over $26 million. So, dude, Howie knows what he's doing when he does these contracts, and it's always hilarious to see media people and others freaking out. We don't have money. It's over. This, and it's like, you guys remember last year when I had to do this? And it's like, all right, man. So hopefully those guys are tuning in. I already saw some of the people going back to the old videos, and yes, that's what this is all about. Let's get people educated instead of freaking out before the off season really even effing begins. It's like, oh my God, holy hell. But I hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and I'm going to show you this final number here. Very over dramatic at times. And dude, the doom and gloom is never been me, my man. I just really, there's always negative Nancy's. They hate having number one defense. They hate, it hurts. They hate everything. And it's like, holy hell, that's what happened to me this past. I got to be told how I didn't know anything because I had to explain to them what a multiple scheme defense was, what a Sam linebacker was, what a nose tackle was. Then I explained Hurts development, Howie Roseman, and how he worked the cap in the draft. We did this video here. We talked about literally he would kill it in the draft. I mean, and they just kept no. It was just like, bro, and I don't even want to talk about those people. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm pissed, to be honest with you, about that damn Super Bowl. I can't get over it, man. But look, I told you I'm not going anywhere. And for you and for the Eagles, I will never fold. We move. It's the off season, baby. So let's go. It's Howie season. It's time to show everyone why there is optimism, why I'm still very hopeful for the future of this team. We're going to extend Hurts. We're going to re-sign a lot of people. And as I told you, in the next 2 days here, I'm going to be breaking down which players I would bring back, talk about the Hurts extension, all of that stuff. So I'm going to keep you up to date with all of the information. Yo, my man, appreciate you tuning in. You missed everything except for the final number. But if you go back and check it all out, appreciate you taking the time. I was just showing the final numbers. I can at least give you that, but I broke down all of them. It got a little crazy at one point there, but look, we got it all together here. But here is the final numbers here we were looking at, and just talking about the money the Eagles can save. And I think that it's hilarious every year to hear about what we can't, and it's like, well, I'm going to show you exactly what we can. So you see it there, 33,755,000 or 755,000, whatever, 994. I'm ready for it, baby. Let's effing go. You add that with that first number I showed you, 35,902,669. Nice. So you've got yourself quite an amount of cap space there to dance with. And if you're looking at, $13.50 million cap hit, I'm not sure how they're going to make it for Hurts, but again, I'd give him around 48, 50 million, maybe. I've heard 45. I don't know. 46 maybe would be the lowest for me. I think this kid is pretty damn talented, and he is our future. So lock him up. But that's a lot of money. And if you're only paying a $15 million cap hit, you still got 20 million to dance with. I know a lot of the media is going to tell you sign one guy for 20 million. That takes up the whole cap space. That's not how it works. Go check out those videos from last year, too. I broke it down again, how we would trade for A.J. Brown, how we could, sign these people to long-term deals by prorating that money, spreading out the cap hits. And it would help if they understood that stuff. But they talk like they do and tell us how we're doomed. And it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe if you just understood some of these simple things, it would take you a long way. But that's what I'm here for. And I'll just keep doing my best to get these people on board with this team. And Hey, man, I know a lot of negative, and people now I got people that claim to be Eagles fans trying to like dunk on me that we lost the Super Bowl. Like, you were wrong. It's like, that's weird. I didn't even know you existed. Like, you couldn't say anything to me the entire year. I got everything right more than any media member, more than anyone out there. You couldn't say anything. And then they say something, and it's like, all right, dude, that's pretty weird that you want to brag about the Eagles losing the Super Bowl. That actually pisses me off. I don't find any joy in that. But hey, happy you're happy, I guess. But for me, I'm still very confident in this team. That's what people are missing. Like I said before that Super Bowl, man, we're here to effing stay. And this is only going to drive Jalen Hurts to get better. So all the people that think he can't develop this, that, the other thing, whatever they're whining about, I don't care. They don't know ball. And it's very apparent. And let them whine. Let them whine, man. I'm here to educate. Let them hate. Dude, it is. And look, I grew up with a lot of family members like that. I literally grew up into the fire. Okay. I get it. I do. But that's why I learned football, played football, did everything I could to understand it, because from a child, I wanted to know everything about it. Then I had to play it. And, as a peewee, I don't even know if they let you guys play it that year at that age anymore. But it's like, I loved it, man. I lived for it, and I still do, man. And it's my birds. That's what I'm all about. So I always combated it in my family. And, when I was fighting death, I chose to start this and combat all those negative people that didn't know what they were talking about. And it's like, it's fine if casual fans want to be pissed off and angry all the time. It's like, I don't care. That's perfectly fine. It's the people that try to act like they're experts, or the people getting paid that literally know nothing they're talking about, that really baffles me. It's like, okay, well, I'll just keep trying to explain how it does work, and I'll be the bad guy, I guess. What a jerk for understanding. But and I appreciate you saying that, man. And it's like, I try to, and I try not to give those people even the time of the day, but they come in hard, bro, especially at times like this. And it's like, bro, I'm the most positive, kind person. I just almost died a few years ago, man. Created this because I wanted to talk to some other bird fans, and it's grown to pretty awesome stuff. I get to do really cool things. And you saw that picture with me and Howie, got to hang out with him again. And like, that's the stuff I'm working toward, man. I want to work for that dude. So look, people can hate all they want. I'm going to keep bringing the fire and continue to take them to the woodshed. But I can't do it without you guys. So I really appreciate each and every one of you taking the time on this Sunday. Hope you're having a great weekend. I'm pissed. I woke up pissed. I'm like, it's Sunday. We don't have football, man. Like, that's why I made this show for 1 o'clock today. I was like, I'm going to get through somehow. But, dude, I appreciate you, dude. And that's why, look, I'm hurting. I didn't want to talk about it the day after, dude, but I did because of you guys. And I made all of those damn videos about the coaches and the reserve future contracts because it's helping me get by. I'll be real with you. It hurts to talk about. And I get off the show and I'm like, shit. And you guys aren't there talking to me about it. And then I'm just pissed off thinking about it. So, look, this is for you guys. I love you guys, and I really appreciate you saying that, dude. Chin always up, dude. Always trying to bring that fire for you guys. And as I always say, if there's ever anything I can do to make this better for you, I know the aesthetics could be better. Look, I just redid this entire room, got things that needed to be fixed done. Now I can hang things up, do things. I told you this all season, whenever I get a effing second off here, I will be doing that. And getting the better camera, doing all of those things. Trust me. Look, if I didn't have a family and this sweet disease ruining my effing financial life, I would happily be going gung ho. I'd have dragon lights and horses flying, whatever, man. But I try to bring the content, and that is what I hope that you can enjoy, even when StreamYard wants to mess with me. I might clip this and tag you, StreamYard, just so you understand how pissed off I am that you keep taking my graphics in after I upload them, because they allow you to upload multiple graphics. They just, sometimes you'll upload 10 and they only give you 8. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, dude. I'm not going to let them stop me. But, I appreciate you, Jose. You've had some really kind words the last few days. And my man, Drew, tuning in. Appreciate you guys. I really can't do this without you. You guys are families, man. You are all my family. I have a family here and a family here. And I always tell my girlfriend that. It's like, these guys, they help me get through. And girls, all of you. I just, in tough times, we've been through them. Now this year, bro, it was like we were riding the Pony Express the whole effing season, man. It was awesome. Like, and it was awesome being able to break it down. If we would have won, it would have been the greatest thing of all time. Like, holy, but we enjoyed it, right? And to be let down like that, it's crushing, dude. But we're crushed together, man, and we've been crushed. I mean, 36 plus years for me as an Eagles fan. It's had some tough times. Now, this Super Bowl loss was probably the worst loss I've ever had. I've never been more crushed in my life, where I get sick thinking about it. Like, I don't like people joking. Nobody said anything in person yet, and that's probably best for them because I honestly don't know how I'm going to react. I honestly just feel like I need to stay away from people because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I know I'm going to get pissed off and I'm just like, all right, because that game, man, we had, nope, no, I'm not doing it. I hope you're having a good weekend though, Drew. I hope you're all having a good weekend. I hope you guys got some of this. Hey, yo. I know that, my man. And look, I just try not to even give them the time of day. And they show up in the chat. I had a guy like 2 a.m. messaging like, yeah, like freaking out. And his name was something like Truly Free or something. And I'm like, bro, you need to free yourself from all that hate, brother. Like, I don't know what's going on there, but it was pretty funny. But it's like, look, bro, I don't know what I could do for you to make your life better. But I'm here if you're an Eagles fan to try to do that, try to bring some entertainment. And I know people will get mad. I don't follow what Dan Sileo says, and that's what they believe is true. And it's like, dog, you're in the wrong place if you think you're getting ESP type content here. I bring facts, baby. And that rubs people wrong. They prefer, being in the casual. And look, I understand. And someone, shout out to my man. Actually, I won't call him out on that. But, just saying, a lot of people like to be talking to people on their level. So it kind of makes sense that people prefer ESP and Dan Sileo and stuff like that, because it's like, well, those people will agree with them because, but hey, it is what it is, man. I'm going to keep trying to bring you guys that info, and I'm glad that you, enjoy it. And thank you, my man. I really do appreciate that. And all I literally have done for years here is bring information, content, you know what I mean? And it's like, people always try to fight with me and argue with me. I'm like, bro, I literally just almost died a couple years. You really think I have time to play this? And they do. So when I come back for them and I say something, then it's, oh, well, it's like, well, dude, you spent 2 years telling me what I didn't know, remember? And torturing me when I'm just trying to get through life with this disease and be happy. But thank you for always being so negative. You know what I mean? It's like, what the crazy, dude. But you guys are awesome. Seriously, Redwood, Jose, Drew, everybody that's tuning in, you're watching this later, whatever it may be. I seriously can't do this stuff without you. And I love doing this stuff. I love trying to simplify this stuff. So that way you hear some jackass out there, well, you don't have any money. Oh, yeah. Poof. There's $35 million for you. Okay. We do. It's just, I try to give you guys the ammo. So wherever you're at, the grocery store, the bar, you're at Denny's, I don't give a shit, whatever you are. I want you to be able to be like, that's incorrect, and hit them right in the face with a little bit of truth. That's what it's all about in these parts. So let them keep hating. We'll keep educating. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got for you this evening. If you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button. I will be back, though, throughout this week. We're going to be breaking down the free agents, Jalen Hurts contract, all of that stuff. So please keep tuning in, because I'm going to get through this and one day maybe not feel so damn pissed off about that. So it's Sunday. If you guys are watching this, you rewatch it. Some of you guys tune in at the end. If you rewatch it, please leave your thoughts down below. Those comments help the views, but it also helps me get by. I'll be real with you. So let's talk through this. Let's talk about what you guys want to spend that money on. How much are you giving Hurts? Which of those free agents you saw are you bringing back? Which of those guys are you happy to get rid of? I would love to hear what you have to say. Used to watch Silly. Yeah, look, hey, I appreciate that, dude. But I like Jacob Sports, a lot of the guys that are there, but what are they doing, man? Like, you've lost a lot of people that don't want to listen to stuff because it's like, bro, I know you're just trolling. Like, and then people follow that. And it's like, now I got to hear people telling me I don't know football because Dan Sileo told them our defense sucks because it's ranked number 1 and everything. Like, oh, thanks, Dan. But I appreciate you, bro. Randy, hope you're having a great weekend. Yo, my man Ted tuning in. Hey, man, I am peacing out here, but just put out a lot of information there. If you go back, you rewatch any of that, do me a favor. Let me hear your thoughts, Ted. It has been great hearing from you the last couple of weeks. Would love to hear your thoughts as we go through this all season. As I said, we'll be going through those free agents, and we will be talking about which ones I'm bringing back, Hurts contract, how that affects everything. I will get you guys through this all season. Well, I'm getting myself through it too. Don't worry. But I know you're hurting because I'm hurting, and this Sunday sucks ass. So come on, football. Only 200 days away. Some of your old content. Hey, I appreciate that. And hey, look, whatever you're watching, comment, man. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And it's probably going to be hilarious, some of that older stuff, but I keep trying to improve, do what I can for you. I hope you guys enjoy this sidebar that I created here. And because holy shit, that adds like literally an extra like 15 minutes to every show now, every day, just to do those. But I really do like it, and hope that you guys like. I always grew up watching, those shows on ESPN and things. So try to do that for you. Got rid of the bottom ticker, and hey, you know what category we're talking about. But again, if you watch any of that stuff, love to hear from you. And if you're following me on Twitter, don't be a stranger, man. Always love to hear from you guys. I'm all about it, man. And I always tell you, if you feel like I've ignored you or something, you commented or said something, asked me something, literally just tag me. Say, hey, man, maybe you missed this, because I literally at some points get, just because I have notifications on for everything. I want to know everything to be able to give it to you guys. And that then kind of screws everything talk with you guys. But I have the notifications on for it. I try, but it just never gives it to me. So I do my best to keep up with you guys. But seriously, reach out at any point, man. I'm always here to talk some birds or talk about life, whatever it is, man. Ever consider spoof channel, the guy who's spreading misinfo? Damn, what's his name? Oh, dude, that would be hilarious. I have definitely clowned him a couple times, but no, I have not considered that. I got too much lost time doing this one, man. But yeah, he's a drifter. Yo, always a man of the people, for the people. We all know that. Let's go, my man. Hope you're having a great weekend, though, dude. And never would I ever. Whoa. But yeah, you have a good one, dude. Hope you're all having yourselves a great weekend. Again, if you need anything, you want to talk to birds, comment down below, reach out to me, whatever it may be. Got lots of content this week about the coaching searches, the reserve future contracts we signed. There's a lot going on this offseason already. So let me hear your thoughts on that stuff. If you're watching this, leave a thought down below. If you would, hit that like button. Truly helps. Commenting helps. The sharing it, all the things you're doing, it truly helps. So I can't thank you enough for that. But I will be back tomorrow and throughout the week. We ain't going anywhere, baby. So let's go. But have yourselves a great rest of your weekend. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now, folks. Go Birds!